In our previous discussion, we had talked about STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss and appreciate a very new techniques, research-oriented techniques, under which, under the heading of ART, assisted reproductive technologies, we'll be discussing. So the basic aim of ART is to help the couple who are having this problem of infertility. So what do you mean by infertility? The couple unable to produce children in spite of unprotected sex is due to infertility. If a couple is not able to produce children, then we say infertility. So the problems of infertility may be from male side or from female side. The reason of infertility may be physical. There is some physical deformity in the gonads, and congenital. By birth, some people will have diseases, and diseases like we discussed yesterday's. Sometimes drug addiction will lead to infertility, low sperm count, one of the reasons, and then lack of production of ova in a female, and then immunological. So immune system will play its role, and of course the most important one is psychological. Psychologically also there is some negative trend in male as well as female. Of course, all of us know that in India, whenever a couple is not having children, who is going to get the blame? It's always females, which is wrong. We'll come to know in this session. Unfortunately, it's the female who is getting blamed in India, but in reality, we'll see what happens there. So specialized healthcare units like infertility clinics have been opened up by Government of India, and the clinics will diagnose what is wrong. Is it physical, is it congenital, is it immunological or psychological, and then corrective treatments will be given by the fertility experts. All these things come under assisted reproductive technologies, ARTs. So in this, we are going to discuss about a very short one, and it's a blessing for issueless couples, and that is called IVF, in vitro fertilization. Normally it is very famous as test tube baby program. So in this test tube baby, the baby will be taking birth in a test tube. It means it is outside the body. Normally a baby takes birth in uterus of a female, but there is some problem in the female reproductive tract. So the doctors with advanced technologies will be making the baby to grow outside. So it has become very famous as test tube baby. And we know that there were apprehensions whether test tube baby will be like a normal baby, and it is proved many test tube babies have done very well in life. And recently, say some 5 years back, a test tube baby who is born in Maharashtra has topped class 10th board exams. So that means there is a good sign. Fertilization takes place outside and embryo is transferred. The female is induced to produce multiple eggs. Induced means there is hormonal therapy, and the egg is then collected from wife or donor, and sperm collected from husband or donor. Of course, here donor also is there in case the female and male are not able to produce naturally, then donors will be there. And of course, there are many movies wherein surrogate mothers have come up, and in foreign countries surrogate mothers are very common. Surrogate means on rent. The uterus is given on rent. Such females are called surrogate mothers, and it is incubated in a culture medium, so conditions apply, and fertilization will take place and zygote will be formed. And once the zygote is formed, then it is transferred to uterus of the either biological mother or surrogate mother, depending upon the situation. So implants and pregnancy continues. There are two types under this in vitro. One is ZIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer. As the name says, zygote is transferred. But there is a condition. What is the condition? It should be 8-celled blastome here. It is zygote is a single cell, as all of you know, but we must allow, doctors and gynecologists allow that to become 8 blastomere stage and then transfer to fallopian tube. And then IUT, second one, intrauterine transfer. As the name suggests, embryo is transferred at 32-celled stage to uterus. Now the same thing, let us see through diagram, through sketch. Look at that. This is how the test tube babies will be born. So stage 1, the woman is given hormonal treatments to stimulate the female to produce eggs. So here hormonal, because of the influence of the hormones, the ovaries start producing ova. And then multiple eggs are taken from the woman's ovaries. Many ovaries are collected and put it in an artificial condition, petri dish, okay, with conditions. And then in the lab, the eggs are mixed with the man's sperm cells in a culture dish to become fertilized. So the sperms are injected artificially. And then we are providing a space for the sperm to meet the egg. The fertilized eggs or embryos are placed in an incubator for about 40 years. There is a machine called incubator which will provide all the necessary conditions for the growing embryo. Just like how uterus of a mother provides conditions for the growing embryo, this machine called incubator will also provide same conditions so that embryo grows normally. And then embryos are transferred from incubator to the mother or surrogate mother, biological mother or surrogate mother, into the uterus and allowed to grow for the rest of the time. And frequently monitoring will be done by the gynecologists. So this is a big boom, this is a blessing for childless or issueless couple. And as I said, it's a boon to infertile mother. So the mothers will not be getting scoldings or cursings from the society, from the family. So our biology is helping that. And men with the oligospermia, low sperm count. Remember I said in spermatogenesis, there must be 8 to 10 lakhs of sperms. And all, even if the count is less, but they should be motile. The sperms must be moving. But where is the problem? If the sperm count is less and the sperms are not moving, they are not motile, then there is a disease called oligospermia, making the men infertile. And embryos can be frozen for future. These can be stored and used for future. Hence, this test tube program is very, very successful one. And another one is GIFT, gamete intrafallopian transfer. Ovum is collected from donor and transferred to female who cannot produce one but provide suitable environment. See, here the problem is the female cannot produce ovum, but her uterus, uterine walls, everything is okay for fertilization. So washed sperms, ova are transferred to ampulla. Remember that junction, ampulla isthmus junction of the fallopian tube, with the help of another machine, laparoscope. And then useful when female fail to capture ovum and females having sperm antibodies in their cervical secretion. So it is inserted here. You can see your fallopian tube. Then that is the reason why we are saying gamete, that is ovum, intra-fallopian transfer. This is fallopian tube. So we are transferring the gamete in the fallopian tube. Thus it's called GIFT. And then ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Intracytoplasmic. Here the sperm is directly injected into the ovum in culture medium. Look at this, intracytoplasmic. Here a micropipette 60 microns wide is used to hold the egg. The pipette with the sperm is carefully inserted into the egg. You can see here the insertion is taking place. A single healthy sperm is taken up by even smaller pipette, 7 microns. Okay, 7 microns wide, and the pipette is withdrawn. Once the sperms are in, the pipette is taken out, and the sperm is injected into the egg, as you are seeing here. Here you can see there is a meeting of nucleus of egg and a nucleus of the sperm. This is the transfer of sperm. And there is something called artificial insemination, AI. In artificial insemination, when the husband is either unable to inseminate the female or has very low sperm count. Just now we discussed in the ejaculation, this technique is used in those females. In this technique, the semen collected either from the husband or healthy donor. It can be a husband or donor, and it is artificially introduced into the vagina or into the uterus. That's why the name artificial insemination technique. So this is also a blessing in disguise for the couple. And what are the drawbacks in this? These techniques are not possible with female with a damaged uterine wall. Uterus must be there, uterine wall must be there, endometrium should be there. Requires high precision, of course, skillful doctor, specialized professionals, and expensive, of course. I know it costs around 2 to 3 lakhs minimum. Instruments, so available in few centers. Of course, in North Karnataka we have got Belgaum, Hubli, like that. Available to few people only, of course, rich people. Raised several ethical, emotional, religious, moral issues in the society naturally. You know, when surrogate mother bearing the baby for 9 months almost and then delivers the baby, she will have a lot of emotional bonding. So she may not be ready to get separated. Similarly, the biological mother will have issues with the surrogate mother. Similarly, sperm coming from another donor, if people come to know, again there's an issue. So there are so many issues involved in this. The technology is helping to get the children, that's all. But these are to be managed by the society and the family. So keep all this in your mind and help the society. Thank you.